Hello everyone, welcome back to Sunset Mirage, my vanilla Cities Skylines build. So last week, we built this little green cities district over here, which I absolutely love. I totally love it. I'm actually a little bit surprised how much I like it. I'm more than a little bit critical of my own builds most of the time, but I'm pretty pleased with this one. And it did the job, right? It got me above the population goal that I needed. And so with that, what I did was unlock this tile up here. So this gives me a couple things that I want. First, it gives me all of this oil, which is just an absolute ton. Like, I can't even believe how much oil is under here. I'm a little bit curious how much it would be if I turned off the unlimited oil. I'm not going to do that because I really do want to use this as much as possible. I want to build a very, very big industrial area here. I want it to get to 5 stars. I want it to have a lot of factories and a lot of the warehouses. So I do want it to be huge, and I don't want it to immediately run out of the resource and have to be switching it up all the time. So I'm going to leave it on, but I am curious. This is the most I've ever seen in a map that I've played on. So I am a little curious how quickly it would have run out if I'd left that off. If I'd left that option for it to run out. But, again, not doing that. So that's one of the things that it has. And then the other thing I'm excited about it having is this rail line back here. We don't get rail until the next population milestone, and we have another 3,500 until then. Which is fine. I don't need them quite yet. I think I know where I'm gonna put them. And then, I don't know if it comes with cargo at the same time. Yeah, okay, so great. It does come with the cargo train terminal at the same time. I know sometimes it's a little bit picky and likes to separate things sometimes, where you can't use it all at once. But that's perfect. Because I do want to set up a cargo terminal to connect this eventual oil industry with this farming industry, and so on and so forth, wherever it goes after that. Who knows? Probably to some sort of port, maybe in this area. Just a couple future thoughts. And then I also want, like, a passenger line to come through this area and serve these people here, and give just another route for outside people to come into the city. So, but we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Let's get into what I want to do today before I get to all that stuff that will be in the future when I get to that population goal. Right now, I want to build this oil industry. So I've gone ahead, as you may have noticed, off camera and set up a little preliminary stuff. I did this little interchange here. It's working well so far. We'll see. I didn't want to destroy this. It's just so nice. It's so much better than the ones that come with most of the vanilla stuff. So I really, really, really did not want to have to rip this up and put in a new one. So I've added another one here. And I know they're a little bit close, but I think we can make it work. And then there's another one down here. So hopefully this will avoid a lot of traffic issues, because I've already got a couple different points to kind of relieve future pressure. But again, anyway, back to the build at hand. I want to start just taking my 4-lane road, and I want to go ahead and put this on so that I can see exactly where everything is. And I've also flattened this area out a little bit, so that way I don't have to worry about that too much. And I want to go ahead and grab my freeform tool. Do I want to go out a little bit straighter? Nah, I do want to curve it kind of immediately through here. And then I'll go ahead and straighten it up there. And that'll do for now. And another thing I want to do, just to remind myself that this is coming in the future, I want to put a little road here next to the train tracks, so that I can remember, like, I want a station here. I want a cargo station here. And this area is going to be bigger if I could have this tile open, but For now, this will do. So, let's go ahead and get our district painted out first. Can't do anything without that. And again, I do want it to be big, so I'm going to go with all of this here. I want all of it. Because I want to have like a bunch of processing buildings, some warehouses, and of course, all of my extractors. We'll leave it there for now. Then I want to paint over a regular district as well. Bigger? Yeah, let's do a bigger one. Okay, I want this regular district as well, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw the oil specialization on top of that. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to kind of have an in and out system here so that people... But how big is this? Let's just take a look at it. It's kind of a bit much for what I need. I wanted to do either a one-way system or like some sort of toll. And this is two-way, so let me think. You know, I guess we can come back to that at the end. Oh, water. Water's going to be an issue. Let's get that taken care of really fast as well. So everything's watered up, and I want to do... We'll start with the one-way system for now, and I'll see kind of maybe at the end if I want to change that at all. So, I'm trying to think if I want it just super, super simple, or if I want it on this curve. I know that's probably going to cause issues later, but you know what? I kind of want it. So we'll do that, and then we'll bring out another by the same distance, but on this node here. And then go ahead and switch these directions around so that they go out. And I'm really only worried about the one-way system. I'm really only worried about the one-way system going in and out. Within the area, I'm not too concerned about whether or not it's like a to carry on a full one-way system. That's fine. You know what? Roads are not perfect and symmetrical and beautiful in real life either, so it's fine. And then I want to go ahead and get the 2-lane road again. 2-lane industry road. Or the 4-lane industry road. And I'm going to go on a little bit of a curve this way. Is this straight at all? Yeah, so let's see if I can line this up then first to be parallel here. I wanted it out by about 200. So I'll go to there. And then hopefully this will hook in. I'm not worried about the jank on the side there with the terrain because I'm gonna open up this tile eventually and I will fix that. Okay. So then what I want to do is place some dirt road frames. And these are where I'm going to place the extractors. And the reason why I wanted to have, like, wow, I totally lost my train of thought there. I'll tell you what, talking while trying to think is a lot more difficult than it sounds. Nope, I have no idea what I was going to say. But we'll just carry on. We'll just keep on carrying on. It's not that important, I guess. If it was, I would have remembered it. Okay. So, before we get too crazy here as well, I want to go ahead and pop into my industry tab, find the oil industry, and place our main building. So, I'd like it along this road, but I obviously don't want it on that main road. Not at least the entry point. So, click out of that. And we'll grab some roads. Again, just our small industry roads. And let's see. It's not going to do it there. Hook that into there. And then I'm going to flip this building around. If it'll let me. It should. It fits there. It fits there. I know it does. Okay. But I want it further down. I don't know why this is giving me so much grief. Okay. There we go. So there's that. And that also reminds me that we need power, and I actually want to switch power to oil. So, because I'm going to have this huge oil industry over here, I want to switch around the power source to oil. So, I'm going to go ahead and get our small industry road over here, and I'm going to build out just a little bit and see what we get over here. Just throw that down, hop back into here, and get one of these thrown in. And then I don't mind actually hooking these up with power lines, because I think it will add to the industrial vibe that we're going to have going on here. So I'll throw those in there and link this up down here. And like that for now. I'm not sure if I love this way, but I think I'll be able to throw some just generic industry in there and get it done that way. So we are now massively overproducing electricity. So I'm actually going to get rid of some of these coal ones here and rely mostly on our own oil production from within the city to power us up. And I'll probably leave a little bit of room just to expand this and maybe add more as time goes on. Uh-oh. Oh yes, that's because I've disconnected all the power lines. Duh. Okay. So let's cross that over there. And we'll get it popped across over here. There we go. Now everybody can relax, right? That would have been a really quick way to kill my city. Okay. And we get a lot more out of the oil, so that's nice. Okay. So I've got the main building down. Now we need to start placing some extractors. So let's go over here. I wish I could close that, but it doesn't work that way. Can't see my roads. There we go. I want a bunch of them, because... And I'm going to replace these with larger ones, too, as we go. But, for now, these will do. And hopefully that keeps those powered up. And I'll bridge the gaps between this area as well, so it doesn't look quite so ugly with these power lines. But for now, I'm okay with it looking like that. Then we need to take a look at the rest of our buildings. So we have the oil sludge pyrolysis plant. Hopefully I said that right. Okay, they take oil and process it into petroleum. This process building requires oil to produce oil special good petroleum. Processing building needs to be placed in the industry area, which it is. And I'm actually just going to toss it right here. And I'm going to take this road here again and pop it out that way. And I'm going to flip the direction. I want it in the middle here. Why is this giving me so many friggin' problems? Can it not fit in there? It can. I know it can. See? Okay. Then I want to take this road back again. And close it in like that. And hopefully I can get a second one in. Perfect. And then there's a nice little pathway space in between, so I'll fill that in. Get rid of some of these snappings. I just want the grid. There we go. Cool. So that's that. Get rid of these extra little streets here. And what's the other building we've already have unlocked? We have some crude oil tank farms. Okay, so I'm definitely going to want to get a couple of those down as well. We'll throw those in back here. Okay, and we'll get two of these. We'll get two of these back to back as well? Or do I want it just like this? Side by side. I think side by side is fine. We'll draw this out this way. And we'll close them in again. Okay, I'm liking the look of that. And I want to set them both to empty. Sorry, not fill. Both to empty. So that they will constantly supply these guys with the raw materials to make the petroleum. Okay, so let's check on what we've got going here. We're not making any friggin' money yet, but that's fine. We are definitely going to. We've got the space for 329 workers. We have we need 150. So we have plenty of space for them. It's just all a matter of time, getting them to actually come here. So, I'm going to skip ahead through that, and I'll be back with you as soon as we hit level 2, and then we'll go over what else we'll get then. Okay, so we have reached level 2, which means we have an efficiency increase of 4% and minus pollution of 10%. And we've unlocked a couple of new buildings. So we've got the petrochemical plant, a small oil drilling rig, household plastics factory, the workers' barracks, and a crude oil storage cavern. Okay. So let's go ahead, slow this down, come back over here and check out these different buildings. So our small oil pump produces 4,800 units per week and employs 18 people. This one more than doubles. Well, no. So it's got 6,400 per week and employs 30 per one. So I'm actually going to replace all of these with the bigger ones. Okay, so I've switched out all of those. I don't remember exactly how many I had, I already forgot. But I think it might have been 8, and now we've got 7, but they produce a lot more, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. We're making tons of money right now. Weekly income at 28,000. And how much of that is just coming from this oil industry? We were up to, while I was like fast forwarding through that, we were up to about 4,000 weekly profit a week just from this. So that's pretty good. We were doing all of our own production. We've slowed down. We're importing some. So I'll try to figure out exactly how I can get that back up again. So that we have mostly our own production. I don't really want to be importing any of it. That kind of defeats the purpose. Okay. So let's go into our other buildings. So we have the pyrolysis plant, which we've got 2 of those, and then we have the petrochemical plant now. So I want to make room for that. So let's go over, let's grab our industry road, our small industry road, right? Yeah. And let's go for here. I'm going to do that. And let's see if we can maybe put that into there and get rid of that. You know what? Maybe I should take it around the back of this. Let's try that. Oh, but that's gonna be in the way there. You know what? That's fine. We'll just go like this, and we'll do that. And I have an idea for how to fill up that space. Okay, so let's just draw out some roads here and throw this puppy down and see what it looks like. So we've got the petrochemical plant. It's actually not huge, so that's kind of good. Okay. So I think what I would like to have is this building to be right up next to the power plant. So let's do that. Go ahead, get rid of that, move this guy over here. About there. Okay. Draw this guy out to there. Yeah. Okay, I think I like that. Can we get... Should I put 2 of those... Can I fit 2 of those next to each other? Let's see. Let's grab another one. I can. And... grab our streets again. Just hook those up there, and boom. Okay. Then what I want to do is have... There's one more new building, I think, right? No, just the... Oh, yes. Crude oil storage cavern. Used to pump oil raw materials to large underground oil storage caverns. So this is just another storage, right? Let's put that here. And we'll set this to empty as well. And I want it to feed these guys here. Okay. We'll close that in as well. Boom. Okay. And I'm going to do a quick little cheat of sorts to get the airport hangars, because I need them. And then I can start filling in some of these. Of course, it's not going to let me do that. Is there like a snapping option I can turn off of this? See, now how come it lets me do it on that building, but not the other ones? I don't know. Okay, so, well, whatever. The case is, I can do that. And I think I'm okay with that looking all concrete. I think I'm okay with that. And then we still have one more building, which is the workers' barracks, which I do want a couple of those. So, let's see if I can... First of all, let me see if I can amend this road a little bit. Just to go out a little bit straighter first, and go ahead and grab that one way and hook that back in. There we go. Okay. So, let's go grab our small industry road again. And we'll throw it in here. Actually, you know what? I think I'll put the workers' barracks on this side by the main building. Pop 2 of those in. And then I also want to do a little bit of parking. But do you know what? I don't think I like it there. I've got a better idea. I'm going to put it perfectly. Oh, that's beautiful. It fits right in there. That is nice. Couldn't have made it any better. Okay. And then I think that should do. And will I be able to repeat that on the other side? Okay. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. And we'll close, just drag that out way, and close that up. Perfect. Okay, I like this. I'm enjoying this. Let's get rid of that. And this. I don't know what I'm going to do here, but we don't need it like that. That looks weird. So we'll clean this up here. And boom. Okay. Okay. So let's check on our status here. We're making money still. We're doing mostly our own... Well, now it's going a lot less. We're doing mostly our own production, though, still. Maybe I can throw a couple more of these in. Maybe I'll wait until we level up and I get better extractors. We have space for 635 workers. We've got 262. We need 350. So, and then we need resources again. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up that process, and I'll be back when we've gotten to level 3. So we have reached level 3. I did go ahead and throw a couple more of the extraction, like oil pumps in, just to get us through that mark. But so now we have an area bonus efficiency of 19%, minus 20% pollution, and we've got a large oil pump now, a toy factory, and an oil industry storage. So let's check out the new stuff. Let's go over here. Okay, these they've got the same number of employees, but they produce 8,000 instead of 64? Right? Yeah, 6,400. So let's just take a look at what that looks like. It's just a bunch of them instead of one big one. Right? Is that it? Large oil pump. Okay. So, I think I can go ahead and take out a couple of these. Because these will be replaced with the larger ones as well in the future. And I'll put a couple of these little ones down. I mean, they're large, technically, but they're not that big, are they? They look very small. Sometimes the scaling in this game is questionable. But that's fine. So, we're making tons of that. And I threw in another one of these plants so we can make a little bit more petroleum. These ones are both producing plastics. This one is emptying oil, as are all of these. This one's got petroleum, and this one... And I threw a couple warehouses down. So this one's holding petroleum. This one is holding... Oh, also petroleum. That's not what I wanted to do. Plastics. Right? Yeah, so that this way... Okay, so this one is being fed by petroleum and plastics to produce plastic products. Perfect. Okay. So I think I want to hook these guys. Can I... Let's see. Let's see if I can make this work better. Hook these two guys up together. Turn my road guidelines back on. And then there. Okay. So I think that'll work. What can I do over here? I don't want those to connect, so that's fine. But I do want them to get very close together. And I actually want to throw in... I want to do something a little bit different here. And I want to go ahead and into my unique buildings. And then go to the content creator packs and find the Modern Japan. Because they have a lot of these little office buildings. And I think they'll look really nice in here. That one doesn't quite fit. It fits up against there. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we have here. One of these can fit in here. And I feel like it just gives it kind of like a, I don't know, like a maintenance kind of thing. Like, you know, office maintenance for running this whole area. I mean, there's got to be some sort of office and HR department for this kind of thing, right? So, I feel like that works really well for that. And just adds a little bit of something different to this area. So it's not just, you know, factories and plants. Gives it a little bit of purpose. And just adds a little bit... Yeah, I think it just adds a little bit of something to it. Let's put all these back on. Maybe not the road guidelines. So I can get right in the middle there. Perfect. And then maybe I can throw a little bit of generic industry in here. See what I get out of that. Just to see. Luckily, this is crushing my demand for industry, so that's perfect. Exactly what I wanted. It'll come together more, too, in the detailing. I'll put some, you know, some other things in here. But let's check out the other buildings that we have first. So, that one's not until level 4. What new stuff did we get again? Okay, so we've got the oil industry storage. Shelters for storing oil industry raw materials. It can be placed outside the industry area. Let's just take a look at it. Okay. You know, this actually might look nice. Oils obtained by oil industry extractor buildings and zoned oil industry can be imported at a cost, can be exported for money. I feel like it just looks like it could go really well in the farming area, but I also don't want to make people, like, go back and forth. Oh no, we've got crime at the farmhouse! Why? What on earth are you possibly stealing from there? What are you up to? Do we have? Speaking of, I guess we should look at that. Do we have? We are definitely at capacity for the jails. So, I guess now's as good a time as any to throw in another police station. How about... What is this? Intelligence agency? Nah, I just want a normal police station. It'd be too weird to just throw it right in there. It looks a little out of place, but it'll do the job, I guess. Right? Detain criminals 25, jail capacity 50. Okay. That's better, I guess. Anywho, a little sidetrack there. Okay, so let's take a... Oh, and if anybody wants to name these places, feel free to leave name suggestions in the comments. I think that'll mostly be the way that I do things, is just seeing, you know, if anybody has any suggestions for names. For now, Unless I have like a particular name in mind off the top of my head, which for this I don't. So we'll go with that. We'll go with some suggestions from you guys. And then back on track. I lost myself there. So, oh yes, the building. I'm actually okay with just kind of leaving it in this area. And we can do that one to balance. I really just kind of want it mostly for looks, I guess. I don't know. Are they going to back up that road too much? You know, we don't need every single building. I think I've got enough storage stuff going on here. Okay. Scratch that. Let's check in again. We've got garbage piling up over here, too. You know what? Not a bad idea. We can actually throw in a normal landfill as well, just because this area is going to be disgusting and gross anyway, so we might as well. Okay. That takes care of that. And everybody's still got power and water. Oh, okay, everybody's good. Speaking of water, how are we? We are going to need more water again soon. Okay, so I will be back when we've got level 4. Okay, so we've reached level 4. We've got an efficiency bonus of 23% now, and pollution minus 30, and some more buildings unlocked. Waste oil refining plant, large oil drilling rig, oil maintenance building, large crude oil tank farm, and petroleum refinery. So let's check everything out. Also, this keeps popping up and then going away. Not enough buyers for products. Goods are piling up. Zone more commercial area to create places that sell goods. Okay, but it keeps popping up and then it immediately disappears. So, yeah. I'm just not going to worry about that, I guess. And then, okay, and let's check out the other buildings we have. So, we have oil industry maintenance building. Takes care of industrial buildings, increasing their utilization rate and reducing wastage. Each maintenance building increases the storage capacity of industrial buildings by 5%. Auxiliary buildings need to be placed inside the industry area. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely throw one of these in. There we go. I think that's fine, just kind of next to those places. Yeah, I think that's fine. This is probably not the prettiest industry, but, I mean, it is oil. It's not really a pretty industry in real life anyway, is it? So, I've also gone ahead and thrown in some demand, or, I mean, some residential zoning, just to kind of cover the workers that we need for this area. And so we still have more than enough. We've got room for 875, and we have 527. I assume I probably won't get to that much without more in residential expansion, which I don't plan to do today. I just threw in a couple little spaces that were available, like over here in this little suburb, closer to the highway now. Now that I have this tile open, and then I went ahead and switched a little bit of this area down here to the Brooklyn and Queens, which is what I wanted to do originally, but since that one is only for high density, I had to wait. But I have high density now, so we're good to go. And then, let's check out what else we have. So that's that. We've got the larger buildings, the larger pumps. What is this? Oh, offshore. I'm not going to obviously use that here. We have all of these. Waste oil refining plant. Produces petroleum. We already have this, don't we? I think we already have one of those. But either way, it produces petroleum, which we have aplenty at the moment. We definitely don't need more of that, I don't think. And then we just have a larger storage area. Large crude oil tank farm. Which I suppose we can put over here. And do I want to repeat those as well? I love the asset repetition of these. But do I want them going back to back? So that, I don't know. You know, I think that's good. And then, for this last area over here, let's get my roads back out. I want to find my oil or my industrial road and bring that out. We'll close these guys in. Well, that's not quite right. Close these guys in. Okay. And then we have the crude oil storage cavern. We've already got one of those. I think that must be in the unique factories. So, the toy factory takes... We don't have plain timber, so we can't use that. Lemonade factory, don't have glass. Clothing factory, we do have all of this stuff. This requires animal products, crops, and plastics. So we do have that. It is something that we could do. And then a petroleum oil refinery, which is... Do we need coal? I think we need coal to be able to do that. So we could import... Well, petroleum... No, because we can't import metals directly. We can import coal. And since we don't have a coal industry area, we can't really do anything with that one. But I can throw in the clothing factory. I just don't... Yeah, I think I want it over here because it's a lot bigger, and I just don't want it in the farming area. So let's throw that down. How does that look? You know, I think I'd like it against here, though. Have it against... Yeah. I think I like that. I think that works. That works for me. And then we'll throw some other stuff down in here. Don't know what yet. Okay, so I threw down this large warehouse, and it's going to be storing animal products. And I think I'll throw another smaller one right up next to the factory here. Can I fit that? Oh, that would be... Ah, I can do that. I can do that. And we'll store crops. Empty, sorry, not fill. And we want... Okay, so we are relying on our own production again. We have more than enough workers, or space for workers anyway. We need a lot more workers, but we're definitely going to need residential expansion for that. So, I think that is then going to call this area a day for now. I'm going to go ahead and detail up some of this area. And leave it there. Yeah, I think that'll do for today. I'm going to go ahead and make this area, try to make this area look a little bit nicer, fill in some of these empty spaces, and then that's it. I'll be back with you as soon as I finish that up. Okay, so I've gone ahead and detailed up everything. Not as pleased with this build as I was with my last one, but it's also just not as pretty of a thing to build. It's supposed to be a little bit ugly. And it is definitely a big, sprawling, super industrial area, which is what I was going for. But I feel like there could have been just a little bit more cohesion in the way that I've done it, but we are making a ton of money, though, so that's nice. I mean, this was up to 12,000 at one point in total profit, so that is excellent news. We have a ton of residential demand, so I'm thinking I will probably expand some of that soon. I'll probably go through and fill in a little bit more of some high density down here, and because I would really like to build a university next. We also have been getting a couple of buildings abandoning because of education, so I think either one of those two options is going to be sufficient. And with the campus area, I do intend to expand this suburb as well. I just want to make sure I leave enough space for what I want to do with the university first, and then I can build out that that residential area. So I think that'll be the plan for next episode. But for now, that is it for today. I've got this area. I'm relatively pleased with it. It's definitely making us a ton of money. Traffic isn't a huge issue. So yeah, overall I'm okay with it. It's not my worst build, but it's definitely not my best. Again, if you want to leave any name suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I would love to see what other people have. You know, if you want it named, any certain name, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I don't have any names off the top of my head to go with right now, so first one to leave a suggestion gets it, I guess. Yeah. So, again, I hope you enjoyed the build. I hope you've enjoyed the city growth so far. We will, of course, make all of this kind of blend together eventually, but I'm enjoying just coming up with very specific modular builds for now, and then I can kind of fill in the space with what's needed as that goes. I mean, most likely I'm going to need some residential in here just to service this area, so that should fill up some of the space, and I'll go through and do some of this, at another time as well. But anyway, before I'm going too far in the future, thinking too far ahead of things here. What I've got right now is good for now. So I really hope you've enjoyed the build. If you have, please feel free to leave a like below, subscribe to the channel for more. Next week's episode is definitely going to be the university build, so if you're looking forward to that, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, get notified when it drops. Okay, but other than that, that is all I have for you today. Again, I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again so much for watching. As always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.